I was just thinking, what a nice day for questions pertaining to a murder investigation. Not my favorite topic, but okay. I'm sorry.
Okay, she doesn't want to talk about it
it's
still.
difficult, miss.
How about we, change the subject to something more lighthearted now?
Titus already gave us a recording where the deceased states his intention to commit rape. She puts her coffee cup down. With a soft ring as the porcelain meets the metal table.
Did he? I never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions. Only that he was never bad to me.
A smile lifts across her face. She doesn't care. If anything, she sounds amused. On this day, he specifically identifies you as the target.
Where did they get this recording exactly?
It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via a de-encryption station. It's authentic enough.
Does he say he's gonna do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style?
She arches her brow. Something to that effect, yes. I mean, did he say that? I think he did, right? Something like that.
The phrase was used.
Lieutenant checks his notes and nods.
Yeah. That was practically his pickup line.
She picks the cup back up. A memory surfaces in her tired neocortex. It's not entirely unpleasant.
Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Kohoi style?
Yeah.
He liked the way it sounded when he said it. As to Kohoi,
The young man lights a new cigarette with the butt of her old one.
he wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little Kohoi. It wasn't his everything.
Why did he say things like that? Machismo?
Yes, was he bragging?
Oh no, I'm pretty sure he did all those things. Then integrated them into his idea of normalcy. To keep on living. Until they just sort of turn into his,
She thinks.
what's the word I'm looking for?
Coping mechanism?
Running joke. I was gonna say running joke. And it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. Lely's punchlines got way, way funkier than that. He was like the Seminoles conflict, the Kohoi massacre, and the 36 famine in Yezut all rolled into one person, then cast in Orani's ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower.
Weren't you afraid?
Afraid of what? That tape the Hardy Boys recorded? Your mother probably never told you this, but girls are evil. Had I the physical robustness and social support, I'd be in Kohoi. I would be tearing it up Soldier of the Apocalypse style.
She wouldn't. She doesn't have the full Hoi in her.
Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things? He and Martinez, I mean?
No. We were too busy laying waste to our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed happy, I guess. At ease. As much as a man like him could be.
There was a small measure of pride in her that she could quell the rage in such a being. What kind of man was he? Before you go ask for details, she seems okay to talk about it.
Thank you for clearing that up, miss. Whenever you're ready. I'm interested to hear what Titus Hardy has to say now.
He turns to you. Now that you've had some time, can you tell us more about the victim?
Like, for example, his name?
Actually, officer, I didn't know his name. I just called him Lely.
A nickname?
I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army name, apparently. He said his real name wasn't his. I tried to pry it out of him, but it was no use.
Lelystad. That's a good start.
The lieutenant writes it down in his notebook.
We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things a field autopsy alone can't answer.
The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed to you. On it is a list of autopsy observations recorded neatly in blue ink. Everything left to be clarified is in the column on the left. Where is Lelystad, the place I mean?
In Oranje, officer. It's, I think municipality is the term. A nowhere town there.
You were almost right, officer. That means his race was occidental, not mondial. I'll update the form.
The lieutenant shakes his head like you just missed a shot in darts. Were you both from Oranje?
Yes. We were compatriots.
Did that bring you together?
No. He was too old for that. And from another part of Oranjenrek. I didn't even understand his accent. What brought us together wasn't Oranje. It was bad habits.
Sex, alcohol, speed. Probably also sildenafil. How old was he, miss?
He was 42.
42? Are you sure? I would have had him above 50.
He had many scars that made him appear older. But no,
The memory makes her smile.
we even celebrated his birthday like some weeks ago. It was a funny 2 days. He had little reason to lie to me.
We were slightly off then. Thank you for clearing it up.
The lieutenant makes a correction in his notes. A miss. The adversary won. His eye color?
Blue. Light blue. They were like little blue galaxies, you know? It was strange, seeing those eyes in his fucked up face.
She stops, her eyes half closed, and continues.
Pardon the swearing.
She takes a drag.
I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly. And he had a beautiful, soft voice. Very surprising, what with all the scarring. It was quite something, watching him speak.
He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth.
Yes. Severe.
She seems to enjoy the word.
It made him look like half his face was cracking away in some strange smile. That and those eyes.
It's clear she was very much attracted to him, and still is. You found him attractive?
Of course. He was the most strangely beautiful man I've ever been with. And I mean that.
She shivers slightly.
And now, he's dead. A pity.
Ah, yes. His hair, if you can remember.
The lieutenant suddenly remembers.
It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine, made oily. Not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone.
Interesting. I, too, have stroked his hair.
Oily, isn't it?
She says unfazed.
We have that in common now.
She draws on her cigarette and lets the smoke linger for a moment in her mouth. She understands what autopsies entail. It doesn't get her off balance. He had a tattoo. What did it mean?
Oh, that.
It's clear she liked it. You liked it?
Quite a lot, yes.
What did it represent? Do you know?
It was a map of his life and the places he visited as a soldier. It was mostly for showing off to chicks, though.
Showing up to Chick's house, so.
How?
She leans back.
Imagine him lying in bed. Freakish musculature laid out on the sheets. Scarred, of course. Tattooed. The sheets are dirty for some reason. He's smoking and drinking, of course. And his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them. Maybe even thousands. And the woman goes like, "What was this, baby?"
She points at the air with her sharp nailed finger, picking out an imaginary tattoo star.
And he says, "That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that." So she goes, "Okay, but what's this, baby?" And he's like, "Saw some bat shit there. Killed some loincloths."
She lowers her voice comically.
And so it goes. Star after star. Port after port. Third world country after third world country. And he's done horrible things in every single one of them.
You were the woman in this?
Oh yeah.
She nods. Can you tell us precisely what these mean?
No thank you.
She just does not take it.
I've seen enough of him dead. I can tell you what they meant without looking at them.
She pours herself some more coffee.
Go on.
He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms, from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Oranje needed some people killed, so they turned him into a grotesque killer. For money. He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then he killed some people on the Seminine Islands. And on other islands too. All of the islands. After this, he came to Revachol and got killed himself.
Not a very fun story.
It is when you're high. It can be very exciting then. You have the tools to deal with it. It's not a very nice story to remember when you're sober. A change of topic?
She smiles faintly. Hmm. Could it be love that did him in?
It very well could be, yes.
What do you mean?
What do I mean? I have no idea. I don't even know what you mean. Love did him in? What does that mean?
She raises an eyebrow. He told me love did him in.
That's not funny, officer.
Oh. Oh. Oh, that scared me. I'm sorry. Her voice is like a slash to the air. Her shoulders tense up. Oh. That line was perfect. Exactly like a slash to the air. That scared me. There. She momentarily lost control over a straight back guy. It appears that she feels guilty. Do you feel guilty?
Of course I do. I'm hungover. I feel guilty about everything.
Do you feel guilty about what happened to him?
Among many other things, yes. I could have done something. There's always something he can do, right?
She looks into her coffee.
Ask me something else.
Something miraculous is coming. He told me. It blinks. His expression does not change. Alright, let's see where this is going. From way out in the northwest, he told me.
Cool.
Okay, sorry. I think we're finished with this line of questioning.
All right.
The lieutenant puts the slip back in his notes and observes the young woman for a moment. Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee. Guess that's it.
Cleaning out the rooms. What if you didn't lose your memory? What if something in Martinez came and stored it all away, for you to slowly open one box at a time, so you can choose which parts to keep? Keep almost none of it. Only the flowers on the windowsill. Only the distant sound of a radio. Lose all the actors, the dark shadows. Leave only the still lifes. The blissful distant wash of waves. If everybody knew, you never did. She'll be coming soon. That is all.
That's cool. Wake up in a new life by the seaside. Yeah, because if you forget everything, you can just make yourself a new person. Like, it doesn't really matter what happened in the past, right? Well, it kind of does, because obviously you still have to take responsibility for your actions, but in the sense that you don't remember anything, like, it's a pretty clean slate for the most part. Oh, well, that was cool. Is there anything we want to get rid of here? +1 psyche to everything is good. Caustic echo we can delete if we want to. I don't know if we want to do it in for indirect modes of taxation necessarily, so I'll leave it at that for now. Tattoos. Ask another about the tattoo's possible meaning. Ask another. You should probably talk to about 2 people about them for this. Who else would I talk to about it? Okay.
I was just thinking, what a nice day for questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Okay.
Yes, miss. I hope you don't mind.
Was it communism that did him in? Or that killed him?
A moment ago it was love. And no, I don't think the Union is communist. They're a couple of shades pinker than that. They're not hardcore in that way, is what I'm trying to say. What are we talking about anyway? This politics shit is a lot in the morning. Is it even morning?
I think she's just tired. She doesn't know what you meant by that, and can you blame her? You could blame her a little. It was a pretty straightforward question that she refused to answer.
All right.
Okay, guess there's nothing else to say here. Let's go talk to Titus again. Nope. Don't need to look at the window. Just need to get out of here. Oh, there we go. Alright, all the way back downstairs. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na. Alright. Hello, Titus.
It's you again.
He acknowledges you
What is
gruffly. Hello. I talked to Clussy about the tape.
And
He tenses immediately, chest tightens, jaw sets, ready for another blow, and nothing. She stands by what she said.
that fucking fucker. You're the worst cops in Revachol. I gave you gold on that tape.
He stares at his spirit for 2 seconds, intently, and then turns to you. That effort wasn't named at you, it was at her. Gold? That was just locker room talk. It's not evidence. It was dark stuff, but didn't prove anything, and it didn't change her mind. Yeah, it was bad. Honestly, I expected it to have more of an effect. She pretty much laughed it off, Titus.
Fucking fuckity fucker. And what did she say then? That it's fine. People are supposed to be like that.
He shakes his head in disbelief. Sounds like he wanted to change her mind about the hangman. This is definitely personal. It did not come as a surprise to her, and she definitely wasn't scared. Actually, I think it made her a little nostalgic. If anything, she seemed turned on by the whole door gunning thing. Titus, she said she would like to be a little door gunner herself if she could.
Yes. In fact, I think she thought it was a little funny.
The lieutenant looks at you and then him.
Funny. No good goddamn psycho whore.
Titus mumbles and his lips barely moving.
All right. All fucking righty then. I guess it's good then. That fucking...
He slams his giant fist on the door frame.
Please try to control yourself in the presence of visitors, Titus.
Her voice is a bit softer than earlier.
Okie dokie. This is just perfect. Just fucking perfect. Any thoughts on this, lawman?
Titus rubs his chin with his palm as if trying to grind it smooth. You don't have to say everything out loud, just mix and match. Maybe she isn't who you thought she was.
Nah. I know her. She's just a girl. In over her head.
He looks upstairs, distracted. She has my whole skill set compromised. She's some kind of pro. You don't know? She's a model. She won a pageant. She's not some helpless girl. She handled the mercenary well enough. She's a hardcore party girl with a bigger death wish than mine.
Handled him?
He balks.
She got into some stupid shit with that guy. Shit we had to take care of.
Yes, we heard all about it, and the fact still stands. You were more disturbed by the tape than her.
I think this is personal for you. I think you had feelings for her.
Yeah, they're all queers. Can't bump, hard fist, or anything.
Whoa, that was a weird line. Glenn exposes with indignation. Everyone's got feelings for each other. Where are you going with this?
It's alright, Glenn.
He rubs his temple.
I just thought, I thought anyone would come around if they heard that shit. Apparently I was wrong.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
He smiles sympathetically. He wanted her to see for the man for what he was. Now that you know, you might want to lay off this topic or else you might antagonize him.
I just got too worked up. Big man lost his shit. It's cool now.
He shakes his head. Alright, what really happened?
I already told you. We fucking hanged him.
He puts his giant face in his hands and sighs. There's less gusto in his voice now. His men too are growing increasingly silent. The man is slowing down. Looks like a bad blood sugar crash. You can't keep track of all the variables anymore.
Come on, Titus. We know you didn't hang him. He was shot. I know you're tired. So am I. Why don't you just...
He taps on his notebook.
You know what?
He gets closer.
I am tired. I'm tired of you and the whore upstairs. Next time you see her, tell her Titus said, "Fuck off!"
He throws his beer can down. This is the petulant rage of someone who's at the end of their wits.
That lying, scamming. We're done. This is over. You understand? Your little investigation is over.
Yeah.
There's a silence in the room. Elaine starts saying something, then thinks best not to. On the floor, the beer drips out of the can into a small puddle. No one does anything about it.
What is this quiet funeral shit? All we need is some beers in us.
He looks around.
Bartender, 20 beers for the Dock Workers Union.
Why do we make it 40, huh? Why do we make it 100 beers? You're not loud enough.
The man shouts from behind the counter.
100 beers? Now we're talking. Hoppity hop over here, cafeteria manager.
Glenn livens up. The window might be closing. The more beers they get in them, the less cooperative they will be. Whoa! Convinced Titus he is being manipulated. Mentioned surreal play. Strange reaction to the bullet. Ever asked to cooperate. Compromised skill set known. Understood why Titus is upset. Angus can't take pressure. Discussed authority. Confronted about the drug trade. Okay. I mean, 92, right? I don't think we need to do any more than this. I don't think our Ritter can go any higher anyways. Convinced Titus he's being manipulated? You should know by now, Titus Hardy will never falter. But you know someone who might. One of his boys will. Fat Angus, powerful guy. Mr. All Muscle, the time has come. Put him in the pressure cooker. Just remember, it's about more than Classier. It's about these men and Martinez, their district, their responsibility. Outside in the midday sun, ruins. The pavements are cracked, and the benches peeling. Newspapers blow in the wind. That's it then, case closed. We're going home, Kim.
Huh?
The lieutenant raises his brow. He'll get it, go on. Write it down, Kim. In Martinez, they just kill you because they don't like you.
Got it.
He takes out his
Kill
notebook.
Because they don't like you. All because
Oh, because it's own chick.
Bring that up one more time, and you won't get to write that report.
I wince, it's involuntary. The man's fists on the table are balled. You can tell from his neck and shoulders he means it.
yes, I understand, Alain. That's your name, right, Alain? You'll kill us. That's what they do in the wild north.
Oh. Was that the wrong choice? They just hang you like in the Dark Ages. Make a display of records. They hang you, shoot you, whatever. They can't even remember.
We didn't light him on fire.
You hear the fat man wheeze. He's trying to get up. That's it. That's the weak one. You flush him out. Now go in for the...
Officer, you will be next if you don't shut up.
The old man reaches for his belt, but his voice is strangely calm. Firearm. A Glace 08 or a .38 caliber pistol. Either small enough for you to have missed. He's onto you. He knows what you're trying to do. Steel yourself. Push on. Just ignore Theo. Turn to Angus or what? You're gonna kill me like you killed him? For no reason?
We didn't kill him. We didn't even hang him. He was dead when...
He takes a breath, wheezing.
Shut up, Angus.
He was dead before you hanged him?
Fatty! Say one more thing to the cops and I'll...
The little guy hits Angus on the back of the head. A loud slap.
Dennis, stand down, or I'll beat your head in.
Titus roars.
Theo, take your hand off the belt. This isn't 31. I've got this under control.
He points to the old man. Does he? His closed fist is shaking. It's you who's in control. Let them have their moment. The room falls quiet. So quiet you can hear Angus wheeze.
Angie, where's your goddamn inhaler? You sound like you're dying.
I left it home. I can't get it. I'm too fucked.
He grabs his chest.
I'm sorry.
Why are you so fucking fat, Angus?
Lizzie snaps
Now
at
it's
him.
all pointless. Because of you. You wasted my time. I told you, Titus. I told you just give her up.
He turns to him. She
Lizzie.
turns to him.
Your help is no longer needed here. Go tell Everard.
He turns to the fixer.
Fine. I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast.
She walks off without looking back. What just happened between these two? You're in. He's all yours. Questions. So you didn't kill him. He was already dead. He nods.
You hanged the corpse to cover up the real cause of death. The bullet in his head.
Another nod. Why?
'Cause the girls asked us to. They were in some shit.
Girls plural? There's another girl, 2 of them. Take note of this. They'll probably say more about her later.
Did she kill him?
Cop, I have no idea. The girl says she didn't.
What happened Sunday night?
Classier came down. She seemed really out of it. Drugged up, even more than usual. Bug-eyed and gurning, you know? Not in a fun way. It looked like she'd redosed after something went down. I've seen that look before. She was scared. I knew someone had died.
How did you know?
I've done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before. It's the politician in the motel room with the dead hooker scenario. Only in reverse.
Good analogy, boss.
The rat-faced man snickers.
You don't get to talk yet, Shanky.
Points at him.
You're still on the bench. You keep taking it easy too, Angus.
He turns back to you. That's okay with the fat man. Still wheezing there. He couldn't speak if he wanted to. What happened then?
We went upstairs. Sure as day the merc was dead. And there was a bullet hole through the window. Fucking dirty sheets and bottles everywhere.
He scratches his chin. He means they'd been...
Tibbs patched the window. And the corpse. We hanged.
Ah, so they fixed the window. Who's Tibbs? If Classy didn't kill him, why the cover-up?
You may have noticed our girl's in some shit of her own.
I didn't notice anything. What kind of stuff are we talking about?
That can't show up on police radar kind. There are people after her. From the old world. Where she came from.
These people, who are they?
They're powerful.
Looks out the window.
Connected to the moral intern. She's clearly afraid for her life. Says if she showed up in your systems, she'd be ghosted away.
And why would you help someone like that? By taking on a murder?
Why would I?
He shrugs.
I guess we abide all sorts of runaways and losers here. It's a Martinez thing.
So who killed the merc then? Any leads?
Not yet. Just some ideas. She says the shot came from outside, behind the window somewhere. So that's a clue.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking someone's past caught up with them. Either hers or his.
Hers, you mean?
I mean the people after Klausya. Maybe the shot missed. Maybe it was meant for her.
I like that. Been thinking the same thing myself.
The young guy nods. And you had ideas about his past too?
My dude. One of those mercenary buddies of his could have done it. They got guns. Training. Years of bad blood, probably. Or it could have been someone else from Crenell.
He pauses to think.
Tell you what I'd do. Check out the coast for vantage points. Maybe consult with a ballistics buddy of mine. That's what I'd do. If I wasn't too busy doing this clown dance with you.
Check out the coast for vantage points. Consult a ballistics buddy. He's calm now. Threw all the turmoil away and became himself again. Whose idea was it to hang him anyway? Hers?
In a manner of speaking.
Remember the 2 girls? He may be talking about the other one. Earlier you said the girls asked for your help. Was this the other girl?
That's right.
He blinks.
It was her idea to hang him. I liked it. For political reasons. It sent a good message.
It's her, isn't it? The drug trafficker. The 8th missing Hardy.
Fella, you think too much. He's off all right. You're gonna hurt your head.
The big guy steps towards you. A little too far there, but you're definitely right.
That woman is just affiliated with the Hardy Boys. You don't know her, anyway.
You know, it's okay for there to be a Hardy girl, Titus. Understood. Can you tell me anything about her name? About her name, current locations?
Nope. You're not getting to her. It's Klausya you want to talk to.
Okay. Who's Tibbs the 8th Hardy?
Yeah. He's my brother. He's in the window replacement business.
Oh, okay. Kim, we did it. The lieutenant gives a smile only you can see. I'm sorry I made you guys fight.
Me too.
Thanks for this, Titus. I'll go talk to her for the last time.
You do that.
He grabs his beer
Hey, cop. Before you go,
and swirls it in his hand, then thinks of something. Suddenly the wind picks up outside. You hear it rattling the large windows in their frames. It carries newspapers, circles the whirling rags in a warm column.
she,
He looks up.
Clausia, came to Martinez to hide. Many of us did. This is where you wash up when there's nowhere left to go. The Union takes you in. Now, she refused that protection. But
Still, after all this headache. But would you still prefer if we didn't take her away?
that's right. If we didn't take care of the people who end up here, this place would just be a couple of ruins and some cargo containers.
We'll take that into account.
The lieutenant slides his notebook into his coat pocket. He turns to leave. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we need to arrest her in anything. Right? I mean, if the shot came from outside and the window was replaced and everything. He's saying that maybe someone shot from outside and was trying to assassinate either the mercenary or her. So yeah, we'll have to talk to Clausia about what she thinks. Or confront her about the truth and see what details she gives us. Alright, Clausia. Let's talk about this.
It's always good to see you.
She has a weary smile, leaning back against the railing. Something in her demeanor has changed. She's tired, consigned to her fate, to being here with you and to what's to come. The hearty voice told us what really happened.
I understand.
She puts her coffee mug on the table. Just like that, no resistance. Her shoulders are slouched, her feet are long and straight. You don't look surprised. You were expecting this.
I knew there was a chance you'd get them to tell you. It's what you do. You're the police. For what it's worth, I'm sorry for wasting your time.
She winces. This is good. Clear the air first between you two, then move on to questions. No, it's not good. It's the opposite of that. This will let her dictate the terms of her... Shush, I can't hear what she's saying. Let the miss speak. She's tall and thin and tired, a twig trying so hard not to break.
If you knew we would find out eventually, why did you waste our time?
Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me.
She looks at her feet.
Out of the shit I'd gotten into.
I am not. There is more here, miss.
You're right. There's more.
There is more?
You answer to the coalition government, and
Oh,
by
yeah.
extension, the moral intern.
She reaches for a new cigarette. I forgot. She doesn't want to get, she wants to stay under the radar so she can't get involved in any legalities. Briefly glancing over her shoulder to the sea as she's done time and time again. Where the cold oceanic expanse lies, and behind it another world. So that's why you're looking over your shoulder. You're afraid of the moral intern. What's CRCM's involvement with the moral intern got to do with this?
You share a database with them. You send people to their courts.
She lights a cigarette. What's going on? What did you do?
Just business. But bad business for some people in the moral intern. If I show up in your records, officer, they will find me. They will...
What happens if they do?
They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, enter me into the moral intern, well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with me.
The moral intern mill. Sorry, I actually clicked it a little bit too early. There's a wince and a pained little smile. Here we go. For once, you seem to have her off guard. What did you do to have these people after you?
It's not nice. But it's not illegal. Not here in Ravishol. Or even in Oranje.
What exactly did you do?
Industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying them. I did my job well enough to be asked to do it again. With a bigger company. The kind you really, really don't fuck with. I took their ledgers. 2 decades worth of accounting.
I need the names of the companies involved and who hired you.
He taps on his notebook.
The job was Lou's County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Lou Scott conglomerate. That was the second job. The first was some printer company. You wouldn't know them. As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too. Along with Lou Scott and their friends in the MI.
She breathes out heavily.
Once you're done in the competitive intelligence circuit, you don't have allies. You're radioactive.
I'm sure there are people who have done much worse than that.
Sure. I'm not a war criminal, but it was bad. People lost their jobs. Good people, too, not just C-suite.
She shakes her head at the thought.
A lot of people got hurt.
She concludes.
But that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with. You're solving a murder.
What happened here the night he died?
We were there. Together. In bed, I mean.
She points to the window. The silhouette of the bed is visible.
Okay.
She takes a deep breath.
He was in a kneeling position. He had just entered me. I was on my back, looking at him. I heard the window behind me shatter, and I turned to look. There was a hole in the glass. I turned back to him.
She breathes out a moment's silence.
His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open. Dumb. I could see. I could.
A great pain moves through her, a dark and indefinite wave. She continues in spite of it.
I knew he was dead. Before he fell down on top of me.
Then what happened?
He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow, not to scream. Then ran downstairs.
She points to the window. There's a long pause. She just stands there, her arms at her sides.
I waited for the second shot to come. For me. I thought there would be one. It never came.
She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernails.
Oh.
She looks at it quickly and then tosses the butt aside. I'm sorry this happened to you.
So am I.
She immediately proceeds to light another one.
What time was this? When did it happen? It would help us if you could be as precise as possible.
11:30 to 12:15. I don't know the exact time. Around midnight.
It's okay.
He takes a
Were
note.
you inebriated?
Not as much as usual. He'd done a line, plus other things. I was drinking.
Wait, Titus said she was grinding her jaw off much more than usual. Titus said you look pretty high.
Oh, yeah.
She tilts her head.
I did one of his lines, just to clear my head.
Good thinking. Clear your head. You should clear your head to get into this mindset.
Did you hear or see the shooter in the course of this?
No.
What did you do then?
Nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up, drew the blinds. Blood was coming from his mouth. Not a lot. Just a little. He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore. So I ran down and out of my room, into the hallway, down the stairs. I knew there would be people there.
When it happened, did you hear a gunshot?
When he was shot?
She thinks.
I may have. I don't know. I couldn't hear anything over the glass exploding.
The gunshot wasn't that loud? This is something to keep in mind when assessing the distance of the shot. So if you didn't hear the gun, then maybe it was like far away. What happened after you ran downstairs?
Shelby was tending the bar.
She looks down.
A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage. I think the Union box was full. Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time.
She pauses.
I sat down and they all welcomed me. I didn't even have to say anything. Ruby knew something was wrong.
Ruby. Before we continue, who is Ruby?
Ruby. You know, the leader.
The leader? Of what?
The Hardy Boys.
She says as if it's self-evident. I thought Hardy was the leader of the Hardy Boys.
Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen, like things they need taken care of. She's the organizer.
Miss Ruby, in her phrasing, is entrusted with great power. She trusts her, so do the others.
Would you say she is the
Looks like you.
8th Hardy Boy?
Why not?
Okay, let's go on with then.
Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know my situation, but I can't leave a paper trail. Ruby was the first one I told. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know, take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom. We used a belt to pull him up under the shower, to keep him upright.
To mislead you, they were tampering with the body.
To produce lividity, matching a hanging?
Yes.
We completely missed the tampering. Looks like you got there in time. What was this, 20 minutes after death?
Oops.
About 20, yes. Ruby explained it would make the blood... You know what he does.
She looks at the ground, then raises her light brown eyes to meet yours. Then what did you do?
Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lely in the bathroom. I had to put his clothes back on. His armor, too. It was tough, but I've seen him take it off and put it on many times. It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they were going to do. Make it look like a hanging. Ruby said they would.
What did you do while they were hanging him?
Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while. That we should lay low or something. So I did.
Miss Ruby, where is she now?
I don't know. I haven't seen her since.
We will need to take this question to the Hardy Boys.
Okay. Interesting. Why did this Ruby go through so much trouble to hide something someone else did? Look into this later. What are you doing? Coming up with a theory. She said Ruby knew something was wrong before she said anything. How come? It was loud downstairs. She couldn't have heard the shot. It is ominous. You're already coming up with theories that put the blame on someone other than Clausier. Did you kill Ellie?
What? Why would I put myself through this? Insanity. Get myself cornered like this.
She gathers the last vestiges of her strength. There's a silence.
He wouldn't have died if it weren't for me. I know that. But I would never hurt him.
Wind picks up. All kinds of crazy things happen when drugs are involved. Sweet, sweet drugs. It could have been a desire murder, maybe an act of jealousy. He was a serviceman. He must have had a gun lying around close to her hand, a military weapon using jacketed ammunition. Now you guys suddenly have theories pouring out? When they're obviously just stabs in the dark. Downstairs people have this crazy idea that you killed him. It's okay if you did in self-defense. Desires are people loco. Drugs are an integral part of a relationship. How to contribute to this end. You must have had a weapon nearby. Did you use that? I mean, the way she talks about him makes it doesn't seem like this is the case, right?
I did not kill him to defend myself from rape. I told you before. That wasn't what happened.
Yeah.
Like what?
She waits, her light brown eyes wandering over the floor over your face. Could it be the people after you that killed him?
That's the first thing that went through my head when I heard the glass break.
And?
I thought they'd found me. They've killed him to punish me. All last week, I've tried not to talk to anyone or be seen with anyone.
She looks at her cigarette.
So they wouldn't be hurt. I've come to understand, however, this is paranoia. What happened didn't have anything to do with me.
Either way, something to consider.
We can't go after Loose Cap. Not yet. There are other, saner leads.
I don't ask you to, Lieutenant. If there's one thing I know, it's that you'll get nothing from there.
Why did you call the cops if you're hiding?
Because I'm an idiot.
The answer comes fast. Which is an indicator of truth. Idiot? She's nothing of the sort. So you would have us to believe, but you're not.
You have to understand, the people around here.
I mean, she just wanted the
no
body
one
down.
Was making the call, and he kept rotting. And then they picked his clothes off, and that little fucker threw stones at him.
Her jaw is clenched, her throat moves. It takes her all her strength not to cave in and sob. Once, just one time. Yeah, she really feels for this person,
He
right?
kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud. Thud.
She shakes her head.
So I called you. I hope with all my heart it's not the last thing I do in Ravishol.
Oh gosh, that was a lie too. Who made the call then? She did, of course. Don't be paranoid, man. It's unbecoming of a police officer, and it makes you sweat. I mean, she did call them, right? Why is my brain getting so confused? When was the window changed?
Last week. Angus and Titus's brother, I think he's called Tibbs, took care of it.
She takes a drag. Okay. She nods silently. She doesn't even smoke, just picks up the cold coffee and holds it in her hands. The lieutenant glances at you and then at the door. He's thinking, oh, are we done here? Oh my gosh, drama. Manipulating your skill set, the love that did him in. Lied about making the call? Oh, I guess. Discussed secret route. Or should we arrest her? She's a flight risk and she lied to you. She should be taken into custody. I mean, we didn't see any footprints. Because, like, she wouldn't have used this route, right? I mean, what is this doing? I don't think she lied about making the call. And I don't want to arrest her either. Drama. As you look back and you think, so love did do him in after all. I was right. If it weren't for her, he would not have been there. The shot would not have connected with his soft palate. What is communism in this? It killed him. No, communism killed him. Remember, love made it possible. You know this much. What is communism in this? You do not know. Wind of needles. Airships flutter in the stratosphere. How do I know all this then? Who knows? It's getting cold out. You should go. Interesting. He's silent, holding on to her coffee mug. No vapor rises from it. It's cold. Remember this silence. The lady is dangerous. People suffer around her. It appears that this one has not been entirely corrupted. This may help. This may help the others see. Inland Empire is not corrupted? Is that what Volition is trying to say? Say nothing, let her answer.
Yeah. I'd like to think he didn't love me. Or that it was chemically induced and not real.
She finally breaks the silence. Why?
Easier that way.
She takes a sip. Was it real?
I don't know.
She looks down at the yard and then back to her coffee. There's a nod. The smallest of nods. Okay. Oh man. Does Kim have anything to say? Nope.
I was just thinking, what a nice day for questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Drama, right? I mean, it's a white check. Should we try it? I mean, might as well, right? Drama. Let's see. Inland Empire. Volition. Volition said Inland Empire is not compromise, though. This is minus drama. What is Inland Empire, if we have any other ones? Empathy. Or necktie, which you can't replace with drama, though. To pass the check. Same thing with this, the tie. Okay, I guess that's all we're doing.
I was just thinking, what a nice day for questions. Pertaining.
Who, what? Dear gosh, you've been lied to. She could have killed her lover and lied to everyone. She's not candid at all. She's smoke and mirrors and will-o-wisps. She probably didn't give you your real name either. Why would she? Arrest her immediately before she further entangles you in a web of lies. Take it easy. Don't overcompensate this with the course correction. Ask questions first. See? I mean, I don't want to arrest her, so... You know, I think you didn't make that call to the station.
I did.
She takes a step forward.
What is this? I called your desk or whatever it is. The numbers are all over town. Call 8102 for emergencies. There was an older woman on the other end. It sounded like she was smoking. She took my complaint. She coughed.
That is the emergency's desk number. I could know that, sire. Looking around and calling the desk. I don't believe a single word she says.
What time did you make the call?
Thursday night. It was late, sometime after 12.
It checks out.
The lieutenant nods in your direction. Anyone could know the number of that unless someone comes to me. Nothing. She stands before you, holding her back very straight. Your real name isn't Classy Amandu.
I agree. You wouldn't give us your real name. Not when people are after you.
The lieutenant turns to her.
Okay.
Her voice cracks suddenly, like there's a garret around her neck. Okay, what?
Okay, it's not.
You can tell me the truth.
You log your work every week. It's all transmitted to Common, sir. I couldn't just beg you not to enter my name. So I lied. Like I lied before. Like I did at LCSB. I have to lie all the time. I'm so tired of it.
She looks at her hands. Her fingernails are chipped white. Tell me your real name.
It's Katarzyna Lazie.
The smile on her face is timid, almost painfully so. Finally we meet, I guess. She nods. Her round eyes meet yours. They seem moist from the wind on the roof. Was the passport BS2? That passport you keep hidden?
No. It's submerged in a plastic buoy on the coast, in the reeds. It just doesn't say Clausia Amandu. It says Anouk Mea Smith.
Plastic buoy on the coast in the reeds.
Falsified documents?
I think we know where that is. I think it's near one of the traps. Which reminds me, we need to check on those later.
Passport and visa.
She nods.
Given to me by my employer. I can't even use them. My employer probably leaked the name, Maya Smith, to hurt me.
Why would they do that?
I didn't show up to a rendezvous. They don't take that lightly.
She rushes to
I
explain.
didn't show up because I was afraid they'd do something to me. The job was finished. I'm just a liability now.
She fears an arrest right here and now. This has been an awful turn of events for her. Where's this buoy?
West of the boardwalk, in the reeds. On the coast there. I put it there when I first arrived. Haven't been there since. I'm not sure I could even find it now.
She points to a clump of ruins on the western horizon.
It's useless.
West of the boardwalk in the reeds? We have to check this buoy out. The lieutenant makes a note of it.
You're welcome to it. It's in the reeds northwest of here. Past a broken sewage pipe. Right near the water line.
We don't need to ask about this. I don't think it's important. She nods, her back straight, ready for whatever is next. I haven't really not arrested her yet.
There may be grounds here, at least for an extended detention.
Little whimper. The young woman hears you. She's looking around. Let's change the subject. She slowly lights another cigarette and steadies her breath, as if in the presence of some tiger. You are. This is not the end of this.
Lies. What?
Her nails tap on the steel railing nervously, the cold sound of metal ringing under the wind. Her hand trembles. She's only pretending she didn't hear you say it.
I agree.
Okay. Okay, it's not. You log your word like I lied before. I am.
Her
They
small
can
quivers.
never take my sash and my scepter from me.
Okay. I mean, I shouldn't have said this. I didn't know I was saying it out loud. I thought it was just a thought to myself, but... yeah. We don't need to arrest her. Inspect Classie's buoy. There's a buoy west of the boardwalk on the coast, somewhere in the reeds. It has Miss Aranya's fake documents on it. Okay, hopefully we can ask Classie about Sunday night later tonight. We gotta go back to talk to, Titus. Okay. Oh, visual calculus. We can do this now, I guess. You've heard what happened. Let's see if we can do that really quick. Visual calculus. I know we don't have a lot of stuff for that, but... Visual calculus... +1 visual calculus. Minus. Okay, that's all the bonus we can get from that. Alright, it's not very high, but... Oh, 58. Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, sweet! The golden light melts away into the blue, glassy darkness of your mind. In it are two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman on a single bed. What position are they in? Like the witness said, the man is kneeling, the woman is on her back. The night of March 4th, and a shot had just been fired. The man looks directly at the woman. The shot is possible directions converging in the mouth. A ray cast from somewhere outside, entering his brain. Ending him. Where does it come from? From the roof outside, a location A prime. So this. The glass structure around the bullet hole. Shards face inwards like a corona behind the woman's back. Inspect the ghostly figures. The man does not know the bullet has entered his brain. He never will. Death comes faster than the realization. Have a look at point A prime. The ray cast from the man's mouth unravels into the fan in possible directions, all on the roof at first. The shot could have come from any of them. This is a composite location, a prime. A prime. Most likely of the origin point. Shouldn't there be a gun residue outside? There could have been. The rain and slush and wind washed it away. This was more than a week ago. So I'm what? 80% sure the roof is where the shot was made from? 72%. With an antique weapon that fires military-grade ammunition. A Bell McGraw rifle, for example. This is a good short distance, but not too short. The perpetrator aimed with their back against the railing. Or possibly kneeling for precision. This would explain why it only took them one shot. What a great game. Yes. Exactly. I love this game. Welcome, by the way. The lights were on in here. Outside it was dark. It was like shooting fish in an aquarium. A well-lit aquarium. The victim opened his mouth to let the bullet in. Neither of them would have seen anything outside in the darkness. Too busy with their own bodies. A lot of reading though, yeah. Which I'm totally okay with. I'm having a lot of fun reading it out loud, actually. I kind of enjoy it. Could the shot have come from inside the room? A closer point. Point X would contradict the woman's testimony, rendering the entire proposition void. These figures would be wiped out, detective. Are there any arguments against A prime, the roof? None that you found thus far, but that doesn't mean there aren't any. Could there have been another point of origin further away? That's 28% yes. In this model shot, it could have come from a greater distance. Nothing excludes the possibility. Should we extrapolate to include every possible point of the origin of Martinez? Extrapolate the radius to include all of Martinez. Okay. So this is the building. The whirling in rags, and these are the possible locations of where it could have come from. According to your map of the district, the shot could have come from a wide angle of locations, starting with the northern edge of the abandoned boardwalk, ending with an islet in the bay. Let's call them B prime, more precisely. B prime for boardwalk, B double prime for Land's End, and B triple prime for the islet detective. There may be smaller points in between, but those are too fine to zoom in on. Okay, let's look at B prime. Is this the version with voice acting? Yes. It is. I just have it turned off for like inner thoughts. It only does the character voice acting. I only did it that way because I wanted to finish this game before next week. And reading it just is a little bit quicker. So, yeah, that's why I'm doing that right now. 700 meters away. The likeliest of these B positions, 20% chance. A skilled sniper could have made the shot, provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on the inside, we're talking military training. At that distance, the perpetrator would have taken wind direction into account. Yeah. Have a look at B double prime, Land's End. 1.2 kilometers away. This is a leak likely of positions. Let's say 3%. A truly skilled sniper could have done it. Possibly from a tent? No, too far-fetched. The islet. 1 kilometer away. A point beyond the docks, on an islet in the bay. Fort is ruined, but the perpetrator may have found a stable spot on the beaches surrounding it, where the concrete crumbles into the sea, as you saw in the coin-operated viewer. The shot would have been a small miracle. 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to the window, between Rue de Saint Ghislaine 10 and 33A. The angle would have been extreme, and the access to the inlets is questionable. Kim, do you think the shot could have come from further than the roof in Martinez?
From where, precisely? I see you have given this a lot of thought.
He remarks, raising an eyebrow.
What locations you've singled out in addition to the roof? And what is the likelihood, in your opinion, that it came from a further distance?
Let's see. I mean, it's okay, right? Like 30-ish%.
Okay, well, we should see if there is gunshot residue or sniper nests if we go down the coast. Rule these spots out one by one.
Okay. Yeah, so these seems like these are easy to access. And then this will be we would have to cross the water to get to that one.
It would be the diligent thing to do. Until then, personally, I'm going with the roof version. It fits the hidden path through the whirling. A simple hypothesis.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Wonder if Classier would have anything to say about this. Let's ask her really quick before we go downstairs. Wait, stop. That man bloated beyond recognition was 42? That's what she said, yes. Below the damage, the weeks of decomposition, all the swollen indignity of morality. He was 42 years old? Where is this going? How old are you? That's where this is going. 45,000 liters of raw alcohol has left its disfigurements. What lies beneath what lies beneath, you wonder. You could ask either one of them. Kim, how old do you think I am?
Huh?
Lieutenant isn't quite sure he heard you. How old do I look?
How old? 58.
Oh my gosh. That's really old. Really?
You asked.
He shrugs. Well, if we were wrong. We were both wrong about the disease. He turned out to be 40.
42. And he was deceased. He had been decomposing for a week.
I felt like I've been decomposing for longer than that. The ravages of Al Ghul are nearly as extreme as that of death itself, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. You're right. I'm probably 62. Let's leave it at that.
On the bright side, you've been getting a lot of exercise lately.
That's true. There's silence. Then a little more. Here it comes. Mercy.
Sure, you're 42. Let's go?
He squints. Wait, this requires scientific measurements. Bring it on. I'm not afraid of the truth. To the laboratorium. Wow. Let's see what it says. Date of birth generator. Your face looks like it's 58 and your body feels like it's 60. Your mind feels like it's lived for 1 day or 100. Both longer than they ought to be, the day and the century. But for how long, then, has this thing attached to your sentience walked the planet's crust? Time to start racking those brains of yours, Elder One. When and where were you born? Ooh, this one's really, it sounds really interesting. 7 hours, though. Oh, I don't know what to get rid of. We could get rid of finger pistols. I mean, our reaction speed is not bad. I don't know. Cleaning out the room is pretty good. Okay, let's just forget finger pistols, I guess. I mean, I'm usually always holding something anyways. Okay. Alright, goodbye, finger pistols. Let us data birth generator. There we go.
I was just thinking.
Okay, she doesn't have anything to say about the windows. Okay, probably after we talk to Titus, we will end the stream. I was trying to play for a shorter time today, but our conversations with Titus and Classier took longer than I expected. Which is fair, it's just a big part of the story. Oh. Nothing on the front page rings a bell. Strange. Oh. It's a intellect bubble that we didn't hit originally when we first woke up on the first day. Alright, Titus.
It's you again. What is it?
Okay, I talked to Classier. Now I need to talk to Ruby.
Why?
He leans back and regards you with curiosity. Because she's your real leader, I'm gonna level with you. She's the next link in the chain that leads me to Lely's killer. I have seen her in laudanum-induced delirium. The paranormal instinct whispers her name into my ear. Look, I need to pin this on someone, and I've decided to pin this on her. I suspect she killed the victim, that's why. She's a suspect in another case I'm investigating, drug smuggling.
You're cuckoo, cop.
Smile, hides a flash of anger.
I'm the only man responsible for this unit. Get with it, or fuck off.
How many times must I tell you?
Yeah, fuck off.
I'm going to love with you. She's the next link in the chain that leads me to Lely's killer.
Sounds like you're making her a suspect in this. Not on my watch, you're not. Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna throw her under your moral intern steamroller. Fuck that shit.
And fuck you too, moral
He throws a glance at Titus at the as the last syllable leaves his lips. The big guy sighs.
Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect. You know how it works, guys.
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory.
He crosses his arms.
I don't want to be rude, but we're trying to get some R&R here. Think you could fuck off now?
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how quickly a theory presents itself if you keep looking.
Wow. Okay, these are all things we talked about already. Yeah. In conclusion, these seven are the actors on the crime scene. The footprints were theirs, but there's a discrepancy. Ruby's missing, obviously. Exactly. But none of this is news to you. You stood there for about 4 seconds not saying anything. Time to move on. Okay. We could raise our logic. Let's see. Yeah, let's raise our logic. Logic? We don't need to wear that hat. We have a better hat. Logic. Oh, I'm already wearing that hat. Okay, logic +5. It's very nice that we can raise our logic that much.
It's you again. What is it?
Okay. Alright, 97. Found the key in Union Box. Saw the winch outside. Staged like a play. Reconstructed a murder scene. Found antique rifle. A secret route found. Ruby is a drug trader. Ruby's a drug trader established. Are you freaking serious? That was a 3% roll? What the frick? Nothing is happening. The pieces are there, but they remain unconnected. Sorry, you're not coming up with anything. Again, the pieces are there. She could have done it somehow. Something else will Walla Walla Bing Bang. It's just not coming together. Why am I such an idiot? No one knows. You're not an idiot. Don't say that. This is a really big mess, and being a detective is hard. Squint your eyes harder. Still nothing, but that's okay. This doesn't have to turn into some kind of meltdown. You're just a cop taking your time to present a theory. Right. Puzzleface shouldn't be the cool guy when he fails. I was supposed to be that. Shush. I'm just a more level-headed than you. That's my thing. Let's take a look at this learning experience. Let's look at this as a learning experience. What are the components you need to implicate Ruby? His wife left him. He needs to kill himself. Make her sorry for what she did. My wife left me, and I'm completely alone. I just want to hear components of the theory. Smart move. The components are access to the roof, weapon, and motive. Here is what you can do to make this easier. Come on, guys. Wow, you've been very thorough. There's nothing else to add. Just crack that Classier's defenses. Maybe she'll tell you something helpful? It's that simple.
Unless we have more business, we should.
Lieutenant puts his hand on your shoulder. He looks to the door. Upset. Do you have a skill point? Oh my gosh, I can't believe I have to waste a skill point on this. Skill cap reached! No! Oh my gosh, this is the freaking worst! What am I supposed to do? Ah! Oh man, okay. What am I supposed to do? How do I raise this? Magnesium-based life form. I can't reset it because I can't increase my intellect because I'm stupid. Why am I so stupid? Oh my gosh, this sucks. We're never gonna find Ruby? Oh, I don't know what to do. Dang. Oh well. Well, I guess we'll just leave it at that. This is gonna take a lot longer than, just a quick talk with Titus. 97%, man, that sucks. But anyways. Alright, it's time for me to go to bed. And that will be the end of the stream. We'll continue Disco Elysium next time. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye!